So for any of you that were looking for Jeep content, this isn't it. I was out camping and I wanted to do some Dutch oven cooking, kind of expand my camping capabilities. So if you're not interested in Dutch oven cooking at camp, you can skip this video. But hey, I made a pizza and I did a sausage gravy with biscuits, and I didn't film that, but I also did a peas, potatoes, and gravy for a dinner. So I'll try to speed this up as much as I can, but if anybody's got any questions, obviously you can always ask, but there's plenty of content out there on YouTube about how to Dutch oven cook. This is just my first attempt. So out to the property, we're in camp, got basically everything set up. I got my tent over there, I got my cook stuff out, and today I'm going to try the Dutch oven over the fire with a pizza. So we're doing a naan bread pizza. So I have a naan bread here, and got some sauce, I got some olive oil, I got some basil, got some mozzarella, I got some meats, and we even got some Parmesan. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to dress this thing up, and then with the lid's heating, the bottom of the Dutch oven's heating a little bit, but we don't really need a lot of heat from the bottom, at least from what I've been told. Never done this before, so this is a trial. The top needs to be hot, and we're going to put it on top, and then we're going to put coals on the top of it to make it even hotter, and the heat should radiate down and cook the pizza. Because we're using the naan bread, we don't really have to heat it up all that much. So let's go ahead and get this bad boy moving. Basil in there. Alright, so I got the pizza basically prepared. So now I'm gonna try to get this set up. Just see, I've got the little grate in the bottom. It keeps the bread up off the bottom of the pan so it won't burn. And I've already tested the size on this, so I think it'll work. But I'm gonna have to get this a little bit hotter and get some coals on the top of the lid, get that down a little closer to the fire and kind of scatter it out. I want more heat around the edges than I do from directly underneath. Pretty well centered. I spilled some cheese. That's going to make a mess, but it is what it is. tend to leave the hook on there. With the gloves, it doesn't matter if it gets a little warm, but I want to make sure I check it periodically so that I don't overcook it. This doesn't take long. The crust is a pre-done pizza crust, so all you're really doing is heating that up and melting the cheese. So you don't want to do anything really crazy. Okay, so we'll let that sit for a minute and then we'll check it. All right, so it's only been on there a couple of minutes, but I want to check it. Yeah, cheese is getting a little bit melty. It's a little bit melty there. I will take more than a total of 5, maybe 6 minutes. I'm using a little bit lower overall flame so that I don't overcook it. But it's tough. Sometimes you can't project that stuff on with a fire. We're about 6, maybe 7 minutes in. I've been checking it every now and again, every couple of minutes, just to make sure. And we got melty cheese. So I think that's good. I'm going to go ahead and take that off. Flat rock here. That looks like a really good pizza. All right, successful. So the pizza turned out great, and the next morning I wanted to get up and make some sausage gravy with biscuits, and so this is that video. All right, so we're not quite at coals yet, but I decided to go ahead and warm the pan up. I don't want to be careful. I don't want to get too much. I don't mind a little ash in my breakfast, but I don't want to get too much ash in there. I need to get the coals built up so that I can put those on the lid so that I can bake the biscuits. So from what I've seen, the concept here is that you cook your sausage, standard breakfast sausage. I'm going to use half of a Jimmy Dean spicy breakfast sausage. And it doesn't leave a whole lot of fat in the pan, and to make gravy I need fat. So I brought some butter, and I'll put some butter in there as required to kind of add that fat. And then once we've got the sausage cooked, you add the flour. You stir the flour and you kind of let that cook in the fat and cook off that floury taste, and without burning, hopefully. And then once you've got it to that stage, then you start adding milk, and you get it to not really a gravy consistency per se, because you're still going to cook this for a while, but you get it watery gravy consistency, we'll call it. And then I brought some refrigerated biscuits, and I'll put some biscuits on the top of it, and then put the lid, the hot lid, on the top with coals. And in theory, it's going to bake those biscuits without burning the sausage and gravy underneath. And so we'll give that a shot. So we'll continue to let that cook, and I'll keep stirring it up and crumbling it until it's cooked. So I've got it cooked. It's not quite as crumbled as I would like it. It's hard to work on the fire, but it'll work. It's a small batch. So as you can tell, there's not enough fat in there, so I'm going to put in a pat of butter, because hey, butter makes everything better. That'll give me the fat that I need to make the gravy. Okay, I keep adjusting the height of the Dutch oven just to kind of control the temperature. I seem to have a good temperature. The butter created plenty of fat for my gravy, I think. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to add some flour, stir that in, and as I said, let it cook off until the floury flavor is gone. So I'm having a hard time filming and doing it at the same time, but I added some milk, got it stirred up a little bit, added some more milk, I've added some salt, and a little bit of salt, and some pepper. It's starting to look like gravy. All right, so I think it's the right consistency, so I'm going to go ahead and put a couple of refrigerated Grand biscuits, and I want to separate those a little bit. I want to make sure that they get plenty of heat from the top. It's starting to bubble a little bit. I probably need to raise that just a tad. So that's good. Now I preheated the lid. Hopefully I didn't get it too hot. Put some coals up on the lid. Not quite as good a coverage as I wanted, but hopefully it'll do all right. All right, so I'm keeping a better eye on this. The temperature was a lot hotter last night than what I thought it was. As you can tell, the biscuits are really nice and brown on the top. So it won't be too long, and I think that will be ready. Good thing, because I'm hungry. All right, so I went ahead and pulled it off the fire just so that I wouldn't overheat the bottom of it, which I may have already anyways. It looks pretty good though. Nice and brown, those biscuits look really good. All right. All right, so I think it's ready. I don't think the bottom is too burnt, but we'll test it out and see. And no, it's not burnt at all. Oh, that's nice. It's really good consistency. That came out really well. Nothing burnt. Biscuits are nice and done. So I'm going to kick back and have a really nice breakfast. So all of these meals turned out really good for my first time using a Dutch oven over a campfire. It was an interesting exercise. I'll definitely be trying some new recipes for dinner that next night. I actually used the leftover sausage gravy to create kind of a cream sauce, and I put fried potatoes and frozen peas in there and added the rest of the sausage. So it was real tasty. I think it's a fantastic thing to be able to cook outdoors that way. And when I entice the family into coming out camping with me, I can feed them, which usually increases the likelihood that they'll come back. So thank you very much for watching. If you liked the video, do the YouTube thing and like and subscribe. Don't expect me to be a cooking channel though. So thanks much. Bye.